All right, thanks for joining. We're going to go into an unction that I had today about revisiting Matthew 24:15. And it has to do with standing in the holy place, that we are enjoined, we are admonished, we are encouraged to do, especially nowadays, is for us to stand in the holy place. Let's go into it right now. We're going to go into Matthew 24. We're going to drop down to, what did I say, 15, right? Let's see. We're going to go down to 15, where it says, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation. Yesterday, we're talking a lot about the abomination, not so much the abomination, but it's synergistically synonymous with desolation, is the abomination. The abomination of desolation. Abomination is something that is so abhorrent to the Lord that it's vacuous, void, a vacuum. Nothing alive in there. It's an abomination. It's a desolation. There's going to be nothing that's ever going to grow again. It's not going to produce anything. No fruit, no spiritual awareness, nothing. That is exactly what Jesus Christ dressed, how he dressed down. Read the Riot Act, your house is left unto you desolate, that we talk about a lot, which is Matthew 23:38. Well, let's go into 24:15. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation. This also coincides prolifically, perfectly, Daniel chapter. And it also has watermarks, no pun intended, because we're talking about, as in the days of Noah, that it reflects upon in Matthew 24, that harkens right back to what Daniel said about the flood. So there's a recapitulation. This is where we need a lot of discernment, because a lot of times the prophecy, until it gets fully exhausted, will go through different successive recapitulations until it's finally exhausted. Do we understand that? And there's examples all over the place. There's examples all over the place. Because one of the main key events that Christ, not to throw too many things on the plate, one of the main key events that Christ was talking about when he referenced stand in the holy place, which is Matthew 24. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, comma, this is a gigantic grammatical comma. Stop the press, the next thought takes over. In other words, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, comma, next thought, then we are enjoined, highly encouraged, admonished, to stand in the holy place. What is the holy place? The holy place is the temple of the believer, for all the believers. So it went from that physical nomenclature of the tribe aspect of the 12 tribes, the 12 physical bloodline tribes, and it was converted over at the cross. The temple garment, if you will, rent in half. It was torn in half. But, however, comma, the robe of Jesus Christ was perfectly unblemished. And it was not torn in any way, shape, manner, or fashion, or way. It remained intact throughout the transition from the physical through the cross into the spiritual. This is wild stuff. It's like raw steak. And we need to know how to rightly divide the word with a lot of discernment. So let's get back into it. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, comma, stand. We are admonished, we are told to stand. When you see, to stand in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand. Oh no, that'll be in Mark 13, where you're talking about the physicality of your so-called physical Antichrist. But see, we haven't even got into the mountains in Judea, which is also very reminiscent of 66 to 70 AD, with Titus that we explained yesterday of the 10th Roman Legion. These things have interlocking historical parallels, if you will, linkage, eschatological linkage, that we need a lot of discernment in trying to discern which is which. Because again, until these prophecies liquidate themselves for the final go-round, there's going to be a last musical chair that will be played out. And this exemplifies it right here. So when we talk about, let's go to Daniel 9:27 to give you an example of what some of this means. We'll go to Daniel 9:27, the vaunted 9:27. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. That was Jesus Christ. Don't you liars start spouting out off at the mouth saying that, oh no, that'll be the whoever de jure physical Antichrist. Well, who is the Antichrist now? Who do you say it is now? It used to be Benny Gantz. Where's Benny Gantz? Where's all these other personages that you have conjured up over the years? Where'd they all go? I remember when they were saying that about Ronald Reagan. His middle name, I don't remember his middle name, but 666. I remember when Monty Judah was saying it was Prince Charles of Wales with the Hebrew gematria of 666. And also that it was equatable. To him, this is a slam dunk. He was a Fortune 500 executive that went into Messianic Hebrew rootsism that says, and also, by the way, I've done the math. Prince Charles of Wales also comes out to 600, 666 in English. The odds of that, he said, are beyond astronomical. Well, it's not Prince Charles of Wales. It wasn't him for pre-Y2K. How many people go back to Y2K? Remember Monty Judah? So you don't take these things into account. Not to get off on that tangent, but we're just giving out a few examples of what it is that we're highlighting. So again, Daniel 9:27. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. It was Jesus Christ. And in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. So, since Jesus Christ just nullified the whole validity of the temple sacrifice system with your houses left unto you desolate, vis-a-vis, to wit, Matthew 23:38, then he's talking about himself here. Because what did they do? They resumed sacrifices, which is an abomination. Since your house is left unto you desolate, it's an abomination. Do we see that? Is that too hard or onerous, it's a big word, to comprehend? It's not hard to see. It's not. He shall make it desolate, even until, that was Jesus Christ, until the consummation, which is the, getting back to the recapitulation of prophecy in general, until it's fully exhausted, even until the consummation, and that determined, this is not a good harbinger or an overtone, until that determined shall be poured upon the desolate. Let's really cut to the chase. You have a situation right now where you have the pentagram, i.e. aka Pentagon, doing business, except they got their backs up to the wall. They're in a corner. They don't know what to do. They have no strategy. Doing business for the six-pointed star. So who's sitting in whose temple right now? With all the evangelicals, per se. Because the vast majority of them are 7-year dispensational pre-trib rapture enthusiasts. We're being nice. Who's sitting in their temple? We're not talking about the rebuilt third temple. Know ye not that ye are now the temple of the living God? Because if you don't have that spirit living in your temple, you're saying, oh no, they're the chosen ones. Then you give, not only have you given away your birthright, committing the sin of Esau that Paul talks about, but you're bordering on how much of this information you know. You're bordering, red line bordering, on blasphemy. Because you're saying, in essence, to borrow from the previous recording yesterday, you are delving into the area of saying, in essence, de facto, that Christ did not come in flesh. Don't shoot us, we're just a messenger. We're nobody. Got no diplomas on the wall, none of that. But, just have this unction. It's, what is it, 12th chapter of Revelation, following the Lamb whithersoever he goeth, where they cared not about their lives, and they followed the Lamb whereversoever he goeth, and all that. That's a great verse, I love that verse. Let's go there. Yeah. This is how to rectify the situation, right here. And they overcame him, this is Revelation 12:11, we'll end it on this note, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death. So who are you going to believe? The Word. Believe the Word. Believe the Word. Nothing and nobody else. Believe the Word. If you're remnant, say remnant. Keep plowing the fields. Keep rowing the boat. Keep pushing the needle. How about that? Keep going forward. Keep making a difference. I know personally you're working hard. I know it. Just keep it up. You'll have all eternity for delayed gratification. You'll have all eternity. Okay? Wipe the sweat off your brow. Go out there, hit the bricks, talk to people, see where they're at, and be a light. Because the trap and the snare has been set. For all these people that have been deceived because they'd rather believe a lie of their different theologies. Go out there just like we're enjoined to. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and they cared not for their lives till the death of themselves. Just think how illustrious achieving a better resurrection if you were one of the ones that got cut off, eliminated. Fifth seal, souls under the altar. How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not avenge our blood on them who dwell upon the earth? And they were given white robes and told to wait a little while longer until their brethren and their fellow servants should be killed as they. Or, comma, are you going to take the dopamine-induced fleshly desire and cling on to your only pet scripture? Well, of course, you got 1 Corinthians 15, 51 and 52, and 1 Thessalonians 4, 15 to 17, that you misaligned and butcher. But are you going to cling on to your Titus 2:13? Because if you don't keep Titus 2:13 in its proper perspective, it's not your rapture or go-to verse. You're mishandling Scripture. I love you guys. That's why we do these videos. And, you know, nobody owns a remnant message. Make it your message. You're part of that remnant. You're part of that remnant family that's inclusive and encouraging and open to all races across the world. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what your status is. That's the family, the chosen family that goes back to Genesis 12:3, the Abrahamic covenant that was ratified and fulfilled in the 70th week with Jesus Christ.